class and said, do you know what that is? He said, no, sir. I said, that's exactly why I'm here. Right? So my job is like that of a GPS system. You know how you type in a destination and it helps you get to where you're going? That's what I do as a coach, is to help guide you, provide you the information and resources based off of what you share with me. Right? So again, I cannot define your destination. However, you let me know what your destination may be, and I can help show you the way to get there. Right? I was working with my son's soccer team. Right now, again, I'm going to plug my family a whole lot because that's what makes me who I am. So my son is a mutant. Right? I see fast as a fart. Right? If you haven't seen the fart, no. That's how fast he is. Right? So one of the kids said, we was going through the workout, and the young man said, Coach, you're not motivating me, you're breaking me. I said, well, son, I can't motivate you. You have to choose to be motivated. But I can help you paint the portrait of what success looks like when you choose to be motivated. Right? When you choose the dynamic of motivation. Therefore, that is what I mean by the coach. Right? Y'all doing all right?
Yeah.
All right. So as we get started, and before we bring up all the talented artists and amazing individuals and people we have in the room, I got blessed to read this. I'm not going to necessarily call it a piece, but I'm going to call it a testimony of the heart. Right? So if I cry, I cry. Right? That's why God gave me tear ducts. I come from a long family of happy criers. My daddy was a happy crier. My brother's a happy crier. My brother's a happy crier. I believe my son is a happy crier. Right? This is just what we do. But I'm going to start with this letter. Dear Dad, this letter is nothing special. A normal letter is sweet, loving, and truthful. It is a letter that you deserve just like any other made for a specific person. So, this letter will be just that. This letter is yours. Remember that. You are an amazing father. Couldn't be any better. I love you with all my heart, and I couldn't anymore. Through my annoying and hard times, you did whatever I wanted anyways. In case you need examples, picking, crying for no reason, being extremely bored every now and then, you entertained me. You listened to me, played with me, and taught me. I love it, even when you use your teacher voice. Where would I be without a father? Man, it doesn't matter if I have a father in my life. It matters that I have you in my life. Although you make an amazing father, if I didn't have you, I would be going down the wrong path. I wouldn't be speaking up.
Speak out.
And shouting if I have to. You are my guiding star on the Underground Railroad. My Reddy Smith. I forgot that part. You are my Reddy Smith, sending me off to succeed as a determined young goddess. Wow. Maybe I am a poet. So I just wanted you to know how much I love you and care for you. Love you, your princess goddess. Okay. So the greatest gifts don't come with bows and wrapped in packages or even spent with money. The most valuable currency that we know is that of attention. And for my daughter, who's right here in front of us, to write me this letter so many years ago, it means everything to me as a daddy, right, as a dad, especially a girl dad, right? But what she'll tell you is that I treat her no different than her brother. But I love them differently because they got a different part of me as they age and mature, as I age and I mature with them. Because the village looks the same, looks differently as they grow. So I'm going to read another piece, if I can find it. Then I'm going to get out of your way and bring up the next person. It was a sunny spring afternoon, and the sweet smell of the morning rain could be witnessed blowing kisses from the tips of fresh cut grass. The children's laughter echoed off of the clouds while their mothers and fathers listened to warm sounds of love singing from the radio. Mommy and Daddy embraced and danced to the groove of old school tunes, making a dance floor out of the living room. I often sit back wondering, where did those days go? Where is the love? Where are the smiles and laughter that once innocently belonged to our children? What has happened to the sweet sounds of the village when they would become enablers of the darkness? How do we now escape this burning house?
That's right, because it's burning, baby. That's right.
The next piece, I'm going to continue the concept of the village because this is what it's about. There's this activity I do, and I think we may do it later on this evening, called a unity circle. Now, the unity circle is a physical representation of what the village was, what it is still, what it continues to be, and what it shall we continue to protect it. It's a visual image of the men surrounding those that give life at the center. Understanding that sometimes when we are facing as men inside of the circle where the life givers are, too often we are spewing language or words or beating down those that we are to love and protect as the world is beating on our backs. But if we were to turn around and face the world and actually look outside of the circle, we will see is that those that give us life give us the most strength as they hold us up. So those are the images that we must continue to illustrate and illuminate that really shines and shows how strong and how powerful we are, especially through chaos and destruction. So we're going to read next the sounds of the vision. Oh, shameless plug. So this is from my book titled Speak Up,
Speak Out.
Shout If You Have To, second edition. So the first edition was published in 2008. I am a walking infomercial. Watch this. But when the first book came out, I had a bunch of my performance pieces in it, and they had a lot of curse words. But my children were so young at the time, they wanted to take the book to school for show and tell. I did not want to cause issues with the curse words in the book. So I republished and I removed all the curse words from all the poems in this book. So that way, if they wanted to read it, they wanted to share it, if someone wanted to get it at church, it wouldn't be offensive, but I could still get my message across because I'm a walking thesaurus. So there's a million words that we can use to still get our points across. Laughter. Glorified shouting, singing, and the sounds of feet dancing. Feet dancing happily to melodic tunes while working to build love based on the fairy tale stories of yesterday. Filled with the strength and image of the kings and queens maintaining magnificent empires. Speak up!
Speak out!
Empires of complete families with united sons and daughters, with loving mothers and fathers present as king. King is a man that was the minister of the household as the producer and provider of stability, security, food, emotional wealth, and love for his queen. Speak up!
Speak out!
Queen, also known as the mother of civilization and the young first teacher, teaching around campfires using stones, sticks, and stars to educate the children about life. Be more than just worrying about me, myself, and I, because speak up!
Speak out!
I have to learn from the ideals and experiences of yesterday so that I can pave the road today. To ensure you have a road to travel for tomorrow, you will travel a road paved with faith from the sounds of love within the villages of yesterday. Yesterday did not begin with slavery and disconnect between people. Speak up!
Speak out!
People, we are the people of today planning for a better tomorrow, full of optimism and opportunity. Opportunity for your success awaits you. Believe in yourself and respect the work of yesterday to enhance your understanding today. Free your mind, dance with praise for the wonders of the Creator, and dream of the sounds of the village so that you may have the strength to lead the way into tomorrow. And these are the sounds of the village. Speak up!
Speak out!
Thank you. All right, so I'm going to get out y'all way because I know y'all did not come to hear me. I just come here to carry the show forward. I am your, I'll be your conductor on this evening. Yes. A conductor of psychological freedom, emotion regulation, lets all your inhibitions go. There he is. What's up, brother?
Truth.
The truth in the building. All right. So, as we get ready to keep the show rolling, I'm going to bring up somebody very special. Actually is my inspiration that keeps me going. Someone that I followed for a long time. We actually almost got into a fight together. We survived, Mr. Johnson, didn't we? That's a story for another day. But ready to witness poetry in motion. This next artist turns everyday moments into masterpieces, painting magic with every word. Make some noise for the transformative Jason Vassar Alon. All right, we're going to do this a little different when the new artists come up. When I say speak up, y'all say show out.
Okay.
Y'all ready? Speak up!
Show out!
Speak up!
Show out!
Jason, show out then.
That's right. Show out, Jason.
How's everyone?
Hello.
So tonight's going to be a lot of poems about freedom and fatherhood, unclehood,
Yes, sir.
manhood.
Manhood. Daddyhood.
But I have to address the elephant in the room first. So whenever I walk into a space, when you short, people look at you like you got two heads. And often the question is, you know, gosh, why are you so short? My response has often just been to just shrug it off. But I'm 4'11", for those interested. You know who else was 4'11"? Harriet Tubman. So when you think about the size of a person, think about how big they really are. So I want to thank my cousin for giving me that introduction. I got family in the front row. I'm going to begin my talk tonight with some pieces from my first collection of poetry. This first piece is dedicated to my best friend, Jamar. Jamar's no longer with us. He passed away very suddenly. But when we were kids, we would run track. And so when you're young, you don't really understand what life is going to be like when you get older. So this piece is for Jamar. It's called On Becoming Men. Remember Mickey D's in the summers after track? It was 1989, before my parents divorced, before your pops got sick. Back then, we ran in heats. Our young Pumas would barely touch the lane running too fast to see the incoming, before we understood about being boys and becoming men. Thank you. So, how many of you all know about the, I'm an educator, so I always show up to teach. How many of you know about the Harlem Renaissance? You know about that, right?
Right. Yeah.
How many of you know about the Chicago Renaissance?
Yeah. That was
So, during the Chicago Renaissance, we had a sister named Gwendolyn Brooks.
Gwendolyn Brooks.
She had this piece called The Mother. So I wrote a pastiche for Gwendolyn called The Father. This piece is references, I mentioned Jamar. Some parents have to struggle through life without their babies anymore. They passed on to the next round. And so this is for those parents who don't have their babies with them anymore. The Father. I never knew your names or saw your faces, but I saw as your shoes hung from the telephone wires, juxtaposed the high-rises along the street corners, knowing that somehow that was a sign that you tried to reach me, so you left your message. The last poem we'll read from my book tonight is this piece dedicated to my nephews. So I grew up in a generation where Ninja Turtles were the thing to do. I'm school Raphael all day. School Raphael all day. So Michelangelo, Donatello, Master Splinter, you know what I'm saying? We in here, right? So this piece is called Turtle Power. It's dedicated to my nephew.
Oh my God, I'm gonna name my son it. One of them.
Is that right? Is that right? You can still do that. Nicknames work.
He didn't like it.
So who would think that four brothers from the bottom could take on the world? They amaze me too, and have for all these years. Those turtles helped me to conquer my fears of being different. Sometimes I feel green, but the world is looking at me from behind an iron mask, shredding my insides. But in those moments, I remember the sewer. And if those four could last and take on the Foot Clan, then so can I. So the pieces to follow are part of my newest collections called Lavender. So you're the first to hear these pieces before the book drops.
Okay.
So this next piece is called Fraternity. So I'm a member of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. We're the oldest of the intercollegiate fraternities, right? But that doesn't make you any better than the brothers who didn't pledge a fraternity.
Okay.
Or the brothers in the other fraternities, because we all brothers.
Exactly.
And so this piece is for all of us. It's called fraternity. We can't all go to college. Some of us, as Gwendolyn say, be real cool.
We real cool.
We leave school.
That's right.
We join in the fight with boots on the ground. I salute the brothers in suit tuxedos, their hands wet with the sweat from building something. Scars are their resumes. Brown, worn hands made to build, to garden, to shake. Hands that pray, that lift up. For those of us that made it to the academy, I salute you too. My sphinxmen rushing to class, the scrollers with diamonds on their mind, doggone lamps leaving darkness, or crescents walking in the moonlight, even the centaurs aiming for the goal. And those who only carry the weight to graduate, we are all burdened by those who find our presence uncomfortable. Walking the halls, the yard, our book bags full of dreams. From neckties and blue collars, sheet music and street corners, suits and overalls, ain't we all trying to make the American dream real? To wake up ready to greet the day with enough nerve to face Rushmore with our own version of greatness, to recreate the landscape and paint it in our own image. So speaking of fathers, my father passed. He had just turned 65. Passed in 2016. And I think about him every day. And my good friend Travis, who's also a poet, I was reading his book while I was in flight somewhere. And it made me think of my dad. And actually, I got a present for you. This poem references a card. My dad was a magician.
Oh.
And so this is one of his artifacts.
All right now.
Kind of keep him with me whenever
Yes,
I'm
sir.
around,
Yes,
you
sir.
know?
That way you got the most memory.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So this is called Stand By to Sacramento. It's turbulent as I sit at the window seat on the wing of an American swaying in the early evening sky. I was thinking of my father long before reading about how my friend and his soared over the Colorado River and talked about revelations, poetry, and all manner of water in between river and ocean. Dad and I used to talk about the state of the world and our role in it, the theater and the day-to-day banter within a society that tries so hard not to listen to us. So we resolved to play our music loud in our cars. His seal to my LMNT. Eye to sun-setting darkness, my mind remains on the magician that my father was. He never knew that I saw him in the King of Hearts. Someone who used the cards given to him, even wrapped one around the stem of a wine glass, or that he signed one that even now rests in someone's wallet, all these years later. Got a few more, then I'll be out your way. Y'all remember 2014, yeah?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Love went down.
2014
Michael Brown.
began with the morning of Amiri Baraka,
All right.
whom I met briefly before he signed my reader in Unity and Struggle. It was while in poetry workshop as we took our seats that I received the news of his passing. Later, during Black History Month, faces emerged from the pages, aging and pensive, waiting faces. We lost Maya that May, and I remember visiting her star on Delmar as if it was a grave, reciting poetry from the audience of fellow poets, paying respect in our own little way. The year was heavy, y'all, just heavy. We lost a gardener in July,
Right.
and when the leaves changed, a family lost their child in Canfield, and it was all over the news. Like the leaves all over our city, things began to turn and burn, and the world watched in shock and concern for us who had had enough of the struggle, have been unified in our disgust for the lack of justice. Oh, knowing a decade since, we are still trying to convince ourselves that the leaf have been turned over, that on the other side of death there is life, and there is. It's just, we have found a new rhythm in getting by without those we have loved and admire. We are dancing in the light in this new season.
Yes, sir.
I had the good fortune, y'all, of wrote this piece for Michael Brown and got a chance to present it to Cal and Mike Brown Sr. And it happened to be published in the St. Louis Post-Dispatch. This piece is called "I Saw Mike Brown at the Library."
Right.
It's after a piece by Eve Ewing. So you remember Emmett Till, yeah?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So Emmett Till, for the uninitiated, Emmett Till was from Chicago. He was
Right.
traveling to Money, Mississippi to visit
Right.
family. We got family down south.
Right.
Right? And so he was down south trying to be with family. And somebody accused him of talking to a white woman, and they lynched that baby.
They murdered him.
They murdered that baby.
Murdered him.
Right?
Yes.
And so Eve wrote a piece called "I Saw Emmett Till at the Grocery Store." So I wrote a pastiche called "I Saw Mike Brown at the Library." I saw Mike Brown at the library. Did a double take at first, but there he was in the history section, combing through the stacks. When he caught my gaze, we did what most black men do in a public space. We nodded to be seen, to recognize and be acknowledged. The afternoon sun peeked through the stained glass, and the yellow pane gave the carpet warmth. It was August. Mahogany leaves on the maple outside were still there. None had fallen. But with his left hand, he opened between the world and me, thumbed the pages. You can hear the music from his AirPods, faint, but just loud enough to nod. He removed one as he said, "You know Coates? My pops recommended the Water Dancer, but I heard this one was good too." He continued, "Yeah, man, I saw Coates on YouTube. I think he's pretty cool. I mean, I like that he uses history as his muse. They say he writes a lot of truth. Anyway, I'm going to go check this out. I'll holler at you, OG," smiling at me as he left. I watched him leave with Coates under his arm. His sport coat collar flipped with the sun on his face as he walked into a cool, fluorescent afternoon. He left, he walked, and he walked. All right, can I do one more piece and I'll be out the way? Thank you. So this last piece is dedicated to Gil Scott-Heron.
Oh, the rapper. Original rapper.
Gil Scott-Heron had this idiom called the revolution will not be televised.
Yes, sir.
So this is for the great. Live on the corner of Bacon and McKnight, where people have thrown their TVs in the street. For miles, there are floor models and flat screens, even a few Rokus lining the sidewalks in the suburbs and in the city. Someone got the news and started throwing things. And as far as the eye can see, there are monitors left like carcasses in the way, like dead things driven by and walked over. Something stinks. And it's too foul to hide because the truth is out and the people have lost their desire for sitcom drama, are numb to scary movies, and are tired of rom-coms and nature shows. We have turned it all off. So why am I reporting, standing in the rain in a poncho, too thin to even matter anymore, warning viewers who are more than likely in their homes away from the noise, safe behind privacy and curtains and doors that lock, reading the revolution as it unfolds, as the pages come alive, and what's seen. How fortunate for those that read. How freedom, so fragile, it's like a page that can be torn out and thrown in the wind.
Thrown in the wind. All right.
Thank you for your attention.
Oh.
For the tall people there.
Whenever you're ready, man.
Speak up. Speak out. Oh, y'all forgot we changed.
Show out.
Show out. Speak up. Show out. Hey, give it up for again, Dr. Jason Bassett Hey, and my apologies, Doctor. When I brought you up, I don't think I said doctor first, and you earned that.
Hey,
I want to make sure I give you your
I
respect.
appreciate that, brother. Appreciate that.
You know what? Heckle me one more time. I don't care who you came with, ma'am. I don't care who you are, what your last name. You free though. Hey, but we're going to keep it going. We're going to bring up Mr. Chester Dinks Jr. to the stage. Again, that Jr. is very important, as all of our suffixes are. So again, please welcome my brother to the stage. Speak up. Go out.
thank you, Jason, for inviting me.
Yes, sir.
And Renell and I, we have a history. You know, we connected to an organization called Legacy Institute, where we bring, shall we say, energized history, information, and education to younger adults. Because the situation that we are in as African, Black Americans, and whatever your lineage may be, it's just difficult because, as you already know, they're trying to write us out.
Yes, sir.
And I have never believed in being written out.
All right.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
I myself am the son of a family that comes out of a small town in West Point, Mississippi, called Cliftonville. I'm 77 as of May the 22nd. I've been in this town since the age of 5 years old. My father, he left us at that age, but my mother was a very spiritual person. She was always connected to what the family needed. And she told me at the age of 9, she said, son, you know, I have expectations of you. And this is at the age of 9. So we got Carolyn, Yolanda, Lester, Cedric, and myself. And we're going to make this happen at 2210 Cass and the Pruitt-Igoe projects, where there's a whole lot of what we call poverty and being poor. But my mother never made us feel like we were poor. So I did my part, and I continue to do my part because, as I had shared with Renell's wife, my job is to uplift, you know. And as long as I'm here, I'm going to do that because I am the king, and I love my queens. I am the king, and I love my queens. I have fine aunts. I've got 6 of them on my mother's side, 5 of them on my father's side, you know. And without the women, there's one thing I love about Tupac. He says, you got your name, you got your fame, you got your game from a woman. So I give that all to y'all, okay? In that, I want to transition, you know, one of our legacies in this city, the Honorable Freeman Bosley Sr., he has died. He was almost 91. He is the father of the first African Black American mayor, Freeman Bosley Jr. And he's written this poem here, Shook Up Over You, vocals by Jimmy Soul Clark. I don't know, just what to do, I've been shook up, baby, and it's over you. But I didn't think you'd ever leave or break my heart, girl. Yeah, or ever deceive me at night. I can't listen to the radio, and I'm walking at the nighttime. I go to the show, the sad songs kill me, the moonlight thrills me. There's nothing in the show, girl, that thrill me like you thrill me. I went to the movie, baby, just one. I sit up in the corner, I look like a dunce, and all my friends came by while I sat and cried. While they were kissing, I said, kissing? Dreaming of you and I? Oh, I don't know, baby. I want to do, baby. I don't know how, just what to do. I'm a shook up, baby. I'm a shook up now. Baby, I just don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Ooh-wee. Thank you for this opportunity.
Speak up, show out. Ooh, we baby. So look, I hope you all are having a fantastic time thus far. As a reminder, go ahead. I would appreciate the clap. Go ahead. Go ahead. But as a reminder, we do have the raffle going on. The price of raffle tickets are, was it 1, 2, and 10? 10. Yeah, $10 for the raffle. I like that. But you get a beverage and pretzels. Then also we'll be doing a raffle at the end of the show. So please, if you can hang around with us for the entire night, please do. That way you can be entered for the raffle. All right. Next, we've got Brother Jared C. Lewis. Step into the mind. Oh, hold on, let me get you ready. I said your name too fast. You're ready. I like that. If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. Step into the world, or step into the mind of a lyrical architect. His words challenge, inspire, and elevates. Raw, real, and reflective. Give your full energy to the brilliant. Let me say that again, because I like the brilliant word. Mm-hmm. To the brilliant. Y'all don't think y'all didn't hear me over here, did you? To the brilliant. To the brilliant. Speak up. Shout out. Jared C. Lewis.
Yeah.
How y'all doing tonight?
All right. Wow.
Man, you know, I honestly almost didn't do this because a lot of it is still fresh for me, and it was really hard to navigate. But that's the reason why I chose to do it, because I'm like, I need to push through that feeling and like just lean into the needle. And so most of these pieces I never even planned on sharing, and so I'm sharing them tonight. Yeah. So I've been having these dark thoughts on such a bright day. I mean, yeah, contrast. The heights are great, but the lows, they seem to resonate with those just a bit harder. You see, I swallowed impulses, took one reality, and then I switched doses. Am I falling or am I floating? Thought I was calling, seems like I'm holding. The stains, will they notice? So many things. I hope they don't notice these ugly thoughts on such a fine day. On the bright side, I mean, shit, the lighting's great. But the focus, well, it just ain't. But the focus is just ain't. I blurred realities and then switched prescriptions. Couldn't tell if I was surviving or if I was really living. Wait, am I in hiding? Or am I really missing? In truth, it was missing because I kept it hidden. And honestly, becoming a father, for me, it kind of hurt. I mean, like, everything hurt. I became mortal and sick and bitter. See, I felt like my life force had been successfully harvested. You see, parts of me were dying, and I felt targeted, marked for damnation. As self-hatred plagued me, that shit made me more fitting for Peter Pan's thinning. See, never did he reach Neverland, too busy chasing worth, thinking that I could still find the dream. But indeed, I woke up to becoming a father, had my mind all kinds of fucked, like time done. My funds, dog, don't make me laugh. I ate and slept at work. You see, my predicament was ass. But there's no way I could live like this as a dad, perpetually stressing, over what we didn't have. See, and it's too late for a different path, nor would I dare ditch this lad, gladly carrying my jeans like it was laundry day. Such a dirty deed from his, I must say, becoming a father, man, that shit was rough. Because you see, he only showed me love, even when I dubbed him a mistake. And yet and still I've grown from his hugs. In the beginning, I could barely bear the weight. But I guess I had to break so that I could become more. I had to grow up and decide what is important. Tuck my shirt in and show up. It was a hard lesson in discernment. See, the section I was done with, because this here, oh, this is a different kind of burning, spending every single day learning to be a father. I swear it's not for the faint of heart. I promise. To the child who was born outside of love, lured by mistrust and deceit, misjudgment and lust, depression, pity, and a pandemic, well, it handed me a mission that demands my attention. So to the man in the mirror, it's time to get with it. Quit the bitching. You made your decision as soon as you chose to enter. And she made hers. So maybe we're all winners. But you know for sure whose fault this isn't. So I'm going to give him my best. Because I know without a doubt he deserves that.
All right.
Oh, washing machine, go. Washing machine, go. Washing machine, go. Round and round and round and round. I need some clean clothes. I need some clean clothes. I need some clean clothes. Right now, right now, right now, right now. Daddy, Daddy, come and play cards with me. Daddy, Daddy, save me from this boredom, please. Daddy, Daddy, why are you ignoring me? Forcing me to throw tantrums. How come when I call your name, you won't answer? You're reaching your limits. There's no sense in hiding it. And you don't either finish. No, don't finish writing this song. Instead, come along. Oh, please come along with me. I've got something to show you. And it won't take long. Here on the floor. Please come and sit with me. And together we can watch this washing machine go. Washing machine go. Washing machine go. Round and round and round and round. I need some clean clothes.
Yes.
I need some clean clothes. I need some clean clothes. Right now, right now, right now.
All right now.
Okay, lists and chores. It's daddy time. Pick up the floor. It's Amaru time. I do some push-ups. Oh yeah, it's daddy time. Until Amaru sits on daddy's spine. I make some food. It's eating time. And after lunch, it's sleepy time. Amaru, he cries. But in time, Amaru sleeps. It's now daddy time until Amaru wakes. I want more time, but Jenny's home. It's family time, and so I make more food. It's eating time now to the park until evening time. I can see the moon. It's leaving time. Now back at home, it's sleepy time. Amaru knows and he's obliged. Oh, what a day. Oh, what a time. Appreciate y'all for listening. Got two more. This one wasn't able to learn, so I'm going to read it. For 4 years now, happenstance happened. Happy to be standing despite my crashing, wailing, thrashing, and overreacting. It was so unsatisfactory. I mean, there were so many casualties. Still, I had to fight and take a stab at things. You know, to get a base hit, you have to swing. And I'm swinging. The responsibility of being a parent is massive. Just being a present parent is a battle. Being a patient parent, and presently it takes effort to be attentive, like a parent at ease. I mean, geez, man, children are confusing, but understanding is key. And kids can be expensive, but fuck it, I'll pay the fee. And not to dismiss my parents, believe they did their best, but I am still currently parenting me. Proud, worn, so many things that a parent can be. You could be a strict parent, a don't give a shit parent, that not so easy to fool parent, and that I'm gonna show you parent. You could be the lone parent, a co-parent, an always on the go parent. I mean, because there are so many hats and so many masks, but alas, never will I be a no-show parent. See, it's so apparent when a parent isn't present. And some things just aren't apparent until you are a parent. Still pressing. It's so pressing. The pressure, perfecting whatever they're requesting that week or that second. You know, just letting them speak, letting them learn, letting them fall, letting them crash, and watching them burn, but letting them be. Letting them see humanity. See, life is such an uncanny thing, and parenting be poetic. It's like getting a second scope at it. But their lives are theirs to live. We are but their guides, so we don't get a second go at it. Just focus on child growth and development, important known intelligence, as well as allowing yourself to be taught. All as they show us all the things that we lost. And all the grace when we're wrong. Because we will get it wrong. We're just learning along with them. That's it. Now, thoughts of mortality, I don't let that rattle me. I know that it has to be, and I know what it could have been. I know what I should have did. Look, I know what I'm doing now, and it's all congruent. Somehow I do what I can to ruin frowns, and I'm moving somehow. I'm sore, and I know they won't shoot me down. They say I still don't pray enough, and I don't give thanks enough. Well, I give thanks every day, and I live life in every shade. Even the weather grays of the gravestones, see the days are long and the life is short. It's the same song, but it's just a little different how I spin it for the record. Look, I've been messed up and broke down. That's why I'm going to let my bones soak now. Because I deserve it. Oh, I've been working so hard. I've been working on me. And I know the future, well, that's something too. See, I have come for my peace. And know that we gonna eat sweet before they come for me. All the times that I could have been more to man. Look, I'm not drowning, I'm sparkling. Heart in hand, trust my gut, cause life don't give two fucks. Life don't give too many second chances to live has been a blessing in and of itself. So tell me, what is wealth? Making sure my love gets felt and making sure my son gets dealt the best possible hand. Even if I'm in the red, man, it has to be said. I died a little inside when I realized you were real. A shattered conscience I had to rebuild. You see, your daddy was a monster. In the mirror, it revealed I could not sleep. I couldn't breathe. My bad thoughts, they just would not leave. And I gave life to my plight, yet I could not conceive that my time was up. Look, I guess maybe I didn't die enough. As I waved goodbye to my lust, oh my, we had quite a run. As I chew these words, I refuse to bite my tongue. Thank God I'm alive, and thank God it's that I lived. That's real. My name is Jesse Lewis. I appreciate y'all for going with me on this journey. Like, I don't have a lot. Sometimes I feel like I don't have a lot to say, but I know it's worth saying. If that makes sense?
Yeah.
And yeah, I appreciate the opportunity.
We appreciate you.
Like, to have the chance every day to get better, to learn, to continue to grow and like lean into not completely knowing my path, but knowing that I will get there. Like, I've learned so much just simply like children teaching so much, and it's so interesting just being on the other side.
Yes, sir.
And yeah, I won't hold up too much. I appreciate y'all for listening. Have a great night.
Speak up. Show out. Hey, give Brother Lewis another round of applause, please. Jared, I thank you for your vulnerability and your openness. And what this is like sitting in somebody's living room, right? This is not only a safe space, but this is your brave space. You can come here to be safe to be, but also be brave to speak, and I thank you, brother. I thank you. And in several of your pieces, you spoke about time. Time is a construct that we cannot control. But what we have to do is learn to master moments. Because when a moment comes and a moment leaves, you'll never get that moment back. Val, hear me out, right? Because if I'm in school and I have an assignment due at 9 o'clock on September the 9th, 2009, whether I complete that assignment or not, September 9th, 2009 at 9 o'clock is going to come and it's going to go. But I have to manage and learn to master the moments before 9 o'clock arrives. So think not in terms of time, because time is going to keep on ticking. Keep on ticking. Keep on ticking. Keep on ticking. Master your moments. And I thank you for mastering yours tonight. All right, we go get this going. We're going to bring up another phenomenal speaker. So we want to get ready to feel something real. The next poet bleeds passion and speaks straight to the heart. Make some serious noise for the soul stirring, Valden Campbell. Speak up.
Freaking rock.
Again, I always do this because it makes me feel a little comfortable. I get it from my homie. His name is Casey Smooth. He's also a poet, but he get on the stage, say, "Can I get a yer? Yer? Yeet? Can I get a yer? Yer?" Thank God. It get me comfortable. I was told about this, and I almost wasn't going to be here. I thought I wasn't going to be in St. Louis, but as soon as I found out I was going to be in St. Louis, instantly I responded back, said I would love to be here. So we're talking about fatherhood, daddyhood. So I got 3 pieces for us. It takes us on a little bit of a journey. So this first one I'm going to do is talking about like the father talking to their heir, talking to their offspring, but it's also talking about hair as well. You know, from St. Louis, you got a little accent when you say hair, it sounds like hair. So got a little bit of there. So this first one is called A Message to My Heir. I feel I owe you an explanation as to why I've been lacking. I told you time and time again that I'd never give up, and yet my neglect still showed up. This is an apology to my heir. Not damaged at the root, the foundation is still there, though my lack of preparation, it looks like I didn't care. Hiding in my imperfections, though I'm perfect with you, sometimes puffing out my chest leaves a knot in the view. Then you're not in the view, so maybe we need a bondage, or maybe we need a bond that can protect us from all that contest. See, I know there's nothing we can't do, but when looking at the can-tos, there's destructive tendencies there. And when left unguarded, there's a split in the air, and something as simple as a wash and go won't be a fitting repair. So instead, let's just air out all of my past lies. Look, we can't get to the future while the past lies in wait for what the future creates. And a die over the situation isn't the big end actions that you think that they are. So instead, I got to be real and stick to what's got me this far. This is a promise to my heir. Never leave you damaged and unprepared. You ripple through the waves with a brush in the right direction. You lock in with those surrounding you, but don't get it twisted. This is a lesson. You see, it's more to your kingdom than just your doom, king. Now you can catch a fade for just how your heir do. Now you can get a band too, but be careful. Watch what your band do. The instrument of destruction could come through and mess up the operation. Now this ain't Beethoven. Really, I thought that Beethoven. But maybe it's Zaytoven. Because you're going to have to beat this challenge, or it's going to get right with you. You're going to need some real sisters to keep you locked down. Now, we can talk about scissoring that broken clock now, but this ain't flavor love, so let's put the clock down. Yeah. Look, it's no time to waste, but it's time to brace for impact. Because you started your journey for more than an impact, and even when you're at an impasse, listen to your heir, because that's where the seed grows. And I'm not just talking about embryos. Listen, rows of seeds rolled through seas, overcame tyrant rules and rose to sea levels. Not quite an even playing field, how they had us playing field, but even then we were planting seeds, hoping they would grow up still. But not to just go and steal the land that was taken from us. Listen, they can't take us from us. That will to survive, it keeps us turning, and that's a must. Staying on our future reign. Hanging on through the rain, weaving on through the fame, hooves stomping through the pain. Now tell me, who's stopping us again? Yeah, that crown you carry is a heavy burden, but only to those that can't handle it. Don't worry about the damages. There's silk encased. It's safe to say that you can lay your heir down and know that the throne was saved.
Okay. Yeah.
So that one was that message to your heir. The second one, this is the son talking to his pops. This is just giving you a little bit of information about my dad. So I say it like this. I love my dad. And I don't want to talk about the stigmatism of not knowing a dad or a father figure that figures his way out of no way. See, my father figured how to get the triggers out of harm's way. That's my father. So how you figure he was ever going to lead me the wrong way? Nah, listen. See, this is the man that used to run the streets back before I could even think. Now, before you think to mention his past decisions, know that man is still there. But a changed warrior with a renewed spirit. So in my words, I could never exude a lyric that was me being lost in a cold world. Nah, my pops provided that heat yearly. Not a winter whimpers nor an autumn's breeze could even leave without my pops raking up everything that fell underneath the tree. And then there's me. See, I'm the fruit that fell into the hand of the fighter, fighting to protect what he loved more than his loved ones could ever perceive. So imagine my disbelief when I learned that my pops used to leave people bleeding. But I think about it, and I know my family tree, and my pops ain't looked out of place one time in the reunion photos. To know, though, that this man of God is a man of God and a man of the people. Never doubted that a man of God would peep him and reach him, and have him reach further than a man of God could ever think of reaching or teaching. Now not properly American educated pupil, but he got a spirit that few got. So this wasn't futile, I promise you. He got that spirit that I ain't never seen before. That spirit that'll have you thinking, yeah, God do exist. And Lord, I still can't get past that man that whoop ass. And I ain't talking about in the streets. Now I'm talking about at home, right in front of me. Listen, my brothers, they took lessons the harder way. And my pops wasn't about to let the world teach him a lesson that he could give him before the guard way. So no, these whoopings, they weren't obtuse. Really, they were in tune. You know, the staff and the rod, how they come for me. Yeah, so I'm just glad to know whenever that rod was come for me, it wasn't the only thing in that company. Because right after, that staff was leading and comforting. See, my pops was confronting any misconceptions that you would have about masculinity. See, he could unmask those entities with just his words, speak life over the enemy. And in the end, you see, it's just him, standing with victorious. It ain't no allegories in this one. It's just one man, this warrior, my pops. Yeah, with all the glory and then some, he told me to walk by faith and not by sight, and he will light your way. These lessons I have for you, I'm hoping that they're going to ignite your way. I want better for you, son, so all those things that you're not right, don't you stay, but instead just stay. on your path, because I see that it's a good one. And then my vocal patterns and then facial recognition, an iPhone couldn't even hack the genetic code in this one. And to Pops, these words, they're a gift from this son. Yeah. It's funny that I started with my mom's and I ended with you. Because usually in conception, that's a reverse view. But his words reverb through. Yeah, his words, they reverb through. And then I see now that even in his life, it's just a sword. And I got one more. I see my time. I might be just a little bit over, but it's going to be about, this one is my last one. It's talking about God. Because, you know, we got the Son and we got God, our Father. So this one, it's a little prayer. So pray with me if y'all will. We start with the reverence. Really acknowledging your presence. Our Father, which art in heaven. Now that's powerful. So let's break down our common goals. We about to communicate with God. It's kind of how you would talk to the bros, or maybe for some years now. You know, I never asked you once, but why me? What made me be the one? Gaining this consciousness from having none? I mean, you had your whole life before me, Pops. I mean, I'm not even your first son. I got a lot of questions for you, Pops. And when I realized that they are for you, I'm understanding now that they were formed from me not really getting to know you. I heard the stories. Felt when you were there for me, but personally, I never got too close. But right now, I'm hoping out on hope that I'm not too late to get to know you. Plenty of times I had chances to ask these questions on my chest, and I just ignored you. Really, I need to apologize for all the neglect that I showed towards you. And whether you hold it against me or not, that don't change the fact. You was directing everything in my life, and that's just not fair to you. And I know life never meant to be fair, but you really showed me how much life can fit inside of a fair. And well, I'm just glad you never bid me farewell. You rode with me on trips when I would have been lost without you. You were a spring well for me when I would have been in a drought without you. You were my anchor, held me down when I didn't even know I could have been tossed without you. You loved me through all my faults, and there's no doubts about you, and yet I still have these doubts about you. And I wish I didn't. Because they make me feel like I'm ungrateful for the blessings. Ungrateful for the lessons. Ignorant to the protection, willfully obtuse to the corrections, and you and I both know, Mama ain't raised no fool. Yeah, Pops, you showed me the way to work things out, but you ain't raised no tool. Gave me everything I needed to get through this life, and then released me to life because you knew that sometimes the best teachers are the mistakes that we make. Told me to stop hiding them imperfections. See, the mistakes, they make you great. Man, and in all my realizing, I realized that it was you that got me through those storms. Protected me from every raindrop that was sent to destroy. And as I look back, I see that it's you that's covered in them scars. But the ignorance in me said, look, I done made it this far. Yeah, but upon further realizing, I understand that Pops, you the greatest by far. With no praise and no reverence, like that's what you were supposed to do. But we're going to represent this moment right now. We're going to take a picture for all them times that we were supposed to remember these moments. Yeah, and them times in the past that we were supposed to too. So Pops, I hear that you a soulful dude. And I also heard that the blues get more powerful when the soul is too. And this ain't no soulless food. We got that seasoning. Yeah, and I heard that when your soul feel like it's a two, that's just the God in you coming to meet the God in you. And it done guided you, clothed you too. And you told me to hold on to it because it's going to fill your spirit up to the maximum, overflow it too. God, there's no cracks in this foundation. You prepared everything for me. Even the flow is too. Now, peep how my flow is too. And it's all from you. God, how good it is to know it's you. And not just know it's you, but to know that this is true. And all of my reviving and all of my rethinking, I'm reminded of your golden rule. To love the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul, and not mind. And to love your neighbor the same way that God has loved you too. And with all of my learning, I'm thinking that's just a message I can hold on to. And I'm going to hold on to you. It was similar to how you was talking about just not feeling like you got a lot to say. Jared, when you said you don't feel like you got a lot to say, but you got to say what you got. And that's what I have for it. It's just fatherhood. It's a lot that goes into it. I'm not a dad yet, but I watched my dad raise 3 kids. And it was some kids that he had to raise. And so I thank you all for this opportunity to come up and speak. Have a good one.
All right, thank y'all. y'all so much for this first part of the show. We're now going to break for a 10-minute intermission. Now, repeat that again, a 10-minute intermission. You hear that, Doc? A 10-minute intermission. During that 10 minutes, I strongly implore you to talk to somebody, meet a stranger, eliminate stranger danger, make a new friend. All right, also, we do have the raffle still going on, and if you would like, also have books on the table over here if you all are interested. Again, they are available there. And thank y'all again. Speak up.
Show out.
All right, we'll come back in 10 minutes.
You know what, best friend?
That's great. Yep, I look at it. All folks outside, there they go. We're going to keep this point. Val, you tall as hell. I just realized, why you so damn tall, man? There we go. You're right, my bad. I don't want no smoke. All right, we go get this back started. I'm going to lead it off with a couple of pieces here. So as I said, I'm a coach. I'm a positive psychology coach, right? As well as an agile coach. So I do life coaching in corporate America as I lead teams to improve. And what I tell them is, my first job is to help you mitigate the stress of work so you don't take the stress of work home, so that then you don't also bring the stress of home back to work, right? So again, my job is to help people lead people, if that makes sense, right? So with that, I also do a lot of leadership development. And one of the questions I often ask my leaders is, would you follow you? When the mirror looks back, what do you see? A leader of hope, or who you used to be? Do your words build bridges? Your actions ring true? Pause for a moment. Would you follow you? Do you rise with purpose or drift with the tide? Chasing applause or walking with pride? Do you lift up others when skies are not blue? And model the grit you want others to do? My daddy once told me with that half-smile grin, have fun, but handle your business, my son, my friend. It's stuck in my soul like a compass, a cue, to lead with my joy, but stay anchored in truth. So now I ask daily what legacy shows. Is it built on excuses or on what I chose? Do I light the path when the view is askew, or dim it with ego? Would I follow you? When pressure runs high and the silence is loud, do I shrink from the weight or stand firm when proud? Do I hold the line when it's hardest to do? I'll still bring a laugh about that can cut halfway through. Leadership isn't about claiming the crown. It's lifting folks up when they're breaking down. It's seeing the kid in the mirror anew and hearing him ask, would you follow you? I honor my father with every step made in boardrooms, in ball games, in calls that I played. His voice is my anchor when I feel unglued. Have fun, but handle your business, my dude. So to those I now guide and the man I must be, I carry that lesson for the world to see. Not perfect, but present. Not boastful, but true. A leader worth asking, would you follow you? Thank you.
Yeah.
Woo-hoo.
So in addition to would you follow you and the lessons I learned from my father about having fun yet handling my business, he also taught me about the importance of having a legacy. I had the opportunity to interview Pastor Clark from Shalom Church, and I was doing this project, and I asked him, well, what does legacy mean to you? And he said, in the word legacy, is 3 letters at the beginning, the word leg. A leg is something used to get to where you were going, right? So he said his prayer is that his life will be a leg for somebody else to stand on to get to where they're going. Mm-hmm. So now I take that as an inspiration for myself, that I pray and hope that my life will be someone else's leg. One thing that I know, I've been facing my own mortality, and I know I won't live in the presence forever. But I also believe the Spirit travels across time and space. Therefore, I am eternal. Larry's legacy. Legacy etched not in wealth but in will, and showing up strong and standing still. And have fun but handle your biz, words that shape this life of his. Footsteps firm even when trails were rough. A laugh like thunder and hands callous tough. He didn't just talk, he showed how to lead with disciplined heart and a heart that would bleed. From long days of labor to late night advice, he taught that each choice comes with a price. But also a lesson, a truth to be learned, that dignity's earned, not simply turned. Pride in self and roots in name, to own your path, not play the game. Fairness, not just wishing for peace, but making sure every struggle can cease. Courage, to rise when fear grips tight, to walk in dark, but carry the light. Wisdom from pain, from love, from strife, his ever story shaped his life. Grit when others quit or flee, he'd nod and say, That's not you or me. Faith, not only in God, but in us, in purpose, in people, and doing what's just. He didn't build empires, but he built me, with lessons and laughs and legacy. And though he's gone, his words still shine. Stand tall, my son, this world is mine, and now it's yours in due time. So I rise and I run and I reach for more, because his ceiling now becomes my floor. From the Navy decks to this life's grand test, I live by a standard, my son, do your best. Let my steps echo his bold, quiet grace. Larry's legacy lives in my name. It lives in my face.
Yeah.
Do it a little bit. Hey man, my dad was a cold dude, man. So look, I got in trouble when I was little, right? And we were chunking rocks. Now, I was supposed to be a crossing guard at the school. But, we out there, the bus ain't came yet, kids ain't got out of school. We chunking rocks. Well, we got in trouble. This when I realized my daddy is also a super saiyan. Right? So, we go to the principal's office, my dad ain't said a word. Now, my best friend, his dad, did all the talking. My dad just sat over there going super saiyan every time. He just growing. Yeah, and what he did it in his mind, but he kept getting bigger. I swear to God, he's original show enough. You know what I'm saying? He's original super saiyan. Man, look, and so, and when my dad would do stuff, if I do stuff, my dad, I get in trouble, he'd poke us in the head like this. I can count how many times he whooped us, but he used to whoop us real slow. My mom used to laugh. He'd say, Larry, why you whoop them kids like that? He'd be like, didn't I tell your ass not to? By that time, it was funny, so he had to quit whooping us. Right? And I'm going to share this last little story as we keep the show going. I was chunking rocks. I like chunking stuff, right? So I'm chunking rocks, I'm breaking out windows and stuff. My dad said, why you do it? Well, I said, I guess I lost my mind. So he quit whooping me. Shit was funny, right? So my son, a couple years later, got in trouble for something. I said, son, why you do it? I guess I went a little crazy. At that point, his DNA is too strong, so he didn't get whooped either. Larry's legacy lives on forever, amen? Amen. Hey man, so we're going to keep this show going. Speak up.
Show out.
All right, next coming to the stage, he doesn't just recite, he lifts the room. His poetry flies high, lands hard, and leaves you changed. Brace yourself for the powerhouse, Mr. Poetry 7. Speak up. Show out.
All right, y'all good?
Yeah.
Okay. First and foremost, I am a man of celebration, so give it up for yourselves first and foremost.
Yeah.
Man, y'all wouldn't believe this is like my third event today. Like I've been featuring nonstop. Got an award show getting ready here in St. Louis, Missouri. Then I got another one in Chicago, Illinois, representing St. Louis, Missouri. Got in somebody's poetry notebook in New Jersey City. I'm just like, leave St. Louis. I might have to buy some houses in other places and just come back to St. Louis when I need a break. But let's see. So if you be the father, and if I be the son, then who is this demon that thinks he has the right to make me run? And if you said you are the father to the fatherless, then why is it hard for me to get the recollection that my father was already with me? See, he said, he said to me, I knew you before you was formed in your mother's womb, which means I was already in the spirit room with you, playing airplanes before I came to be showcased on earth with you. I noticed how these demons hate the son in me because of the way your son left the earth just for me, just to get reconnected to the father that's been already introducing me. The epitome. That my father who I don't see is always there versus the father I've been looking for was never there, which now gives me reason to be the father that will be there.
Right, I know that's right.
You didn't catch. The father whom I don't see is always there versus the father who I've been looking to see was never there, gives me reason to be the father that'll always be there. He said, I won't ever leave nor forsake you. Now, how do I believe in a father I ain't even seen physically, but spiritually my eyes can really believe? Ain't trying to be too churchy, but I find it ironic that God already knew me before I knew me. And over 2,000 years ago, he came down through my mother Kimberly and said, this the OG that's going to bring you vision and clarity. I'm still waiting on my Father in heaven to show me. What did you show my mama that when she gave birth to me, she knew I would be not just a man of God, a well-known poet, but a father that'll make my father very proud of me. Ain't that ironic how the enemy wants to go after the men because he understands the power and the authority that we have as fathers to declare over our households? Forgive me for just being honest and bold enough to say, I am a priest. And in this house, you're going to understand the priest and the father in me. Because I only do what the Father does through me. So I ain't bothered by those who don't understand. Me and the Father are one. We got unity. Because I ain't just much of a father I be. Because I understand even my nephews understand I'm their uncle, but they still see the Father in me. Because they understand when their father wasn't there, Uncle G was always there. And I'm always going to be a father to them, so they understand that when they get to that point, they'll know what it means to be a father to their heirs. Excuse me while I play with these curly naps in my hair. See, God, I love the way you make these curls pattern your love in my language of hair. I'm always reading my Father's love language so that I know that you're there. So to the devil, shut up. Get thee behind me and understand I move like my Father do. Can't nothing stop the Son when he's connected to the Father too. And that's that first piece. Yeah. Y'all good?
Yeah.
Okay, look, I ain't one of those bougie church folks that's like, close the door. Like, look, I fight church folks too. They like, look, I'm a PK and a GPK, so I tell church folks, like, I got holy hands, which ones you want? Because if I let God get you, it's worse, but if he let me get you, I ain't gonna hit you. I'm gonna just go behind the door and pray for you and let God get you. That's how I fight. But y'all good though?
Yeah.
Man, y'all give it up for Hustle Slam CD? They been doing their thing. They just got done like taking it over. I was like, golly. I think I need to dust off this notebook a little bit more, but I'm telling y'all gonna hear some stuff from Just Aaron and True. Now y'all gonna see where I be like, I need to get that notebook out again. But y'all still good though? Yeah. All right. Son, can I apologize to you and tell you that you will never meet your father? Well, technically not me, but your grandfather. His name is still a mystery. And all I have to go on is his name is Roderick Jones. But son, I hope you know that when I give birth to you, your name will be Derek Anthony Lamar Owens Jr. And you'll understand what it means to be an Owens. And you'll be the fourth generation to carry everything that I had. But can I apologize and let you know ahead of time I ain't a perfect dad, but I'm a fighting dad. Still fighting to get answers about a dad that I couldn't even really seem to really lock eyes on. Like, I still got questions like, did he love me? Questions like, what would that first whooping have really been like from my dad? Questions like, is he still alive? And if so, is that the reason why I feel like somebody's really watching me and I got these holes staring in the back of me? And maybe that's why I never look to see if he's behind. Questions like, why does this enemy use a familiar spirit to go and use a father that was never there to attack me in my dreams? Because really, in reality, that spirit can't really face me. Looking in the mirror like, will I really be the father that I say I gave me this man to be my daddy? Like, will I really be the dad that would know how to make his children say, I'm going to get my daddy on you? I look in this mirror and be like, I face three people. God the Father, the present that's not with me, and the gift of what I desire to be. Like, to my dad I never met, I'm so pissed pissed and frustrated on the parts that I still wish you would understand, because I'm still having dreams of the little boy in me wishing you was there for his birthday. I find it ironic every birthday they say, what is the one thing you wish for? And if I can be technically honest, the one gift I always wanted that I know that money could never buy was my father. That's the only gift I'm still waiting to come knocking on 956 Hamilton Avenue and be like, I'm looking for a son named Derek Anthony Lamar Owens, whose mother name is Kimberly, who I made out with in the Army. We was good drinking buddies. See, I'm waiting on that father to show up so I can actually be pissed off enough to say, where the hell was you? Not because I want to be disrespectful, because I know the words say honor your mother and father, so your days may be long. I still want to honor you even after you ain't never been here all this time. Dad, I actually want to hug you and tell you I love you even after all this lost time. I'm trying to see the canker worms, the tapeworms, the locust worms all be swallowed away by the Father, so I can reconnect with my present father, so I can be ready to be a future father, so my son knows what it means to be the father.
Yeah.
But I guess that's a question I'll never get the answer to. I made a memorial for my father in my dreams, and I stood at his grave, and the only thing I could say in my dream was, I forgive you. Imagine waking up every night at 3 a.m. trying to pull your daddy out of your dreams, only to see that you got tears of a river falling down like a stream, only now to see, am I really pulling for a father I ain't never seen, or am I pulling for the heavenly Father who I wait to see? Son, when I give birth to you, I hope you know you are everything. Everything I've been waiting for my father to be. I hope you know I will be everything my stepfather was never to me. I hope you understand that when I hold your mother and you in her womb, I'm holding you close to me. I'm rubbing her womb while you already on the inside swimming so that you know that it's me. I hope you understand I don't care how heavy the load, how heavy the responsibility. I take joy if it's a boy because he's going to be named after me. I'm scared because I still got to face the demon of a father that's a familiar spirit to me, who won't attack me fair on in the flesh because he understands power, precision, and authority. See, he only uses a snake and a reptilian split-like tongue in my dreams, and what's ironic was it was in East St. Louis, 710 West Washington Street, where he wanted to use the house that my mama lives in, ironically, but this is future tense if you really get it in the spirit. And he walks around like, that boy looks just like you. I place him behind me so that the enemy knows I'll fight for my future if it means I lose everything so he lives to see everything. God, if I've ever said anything that really... So when I give birth to my son, he'll have not just me, but he'll have your heart. Thank you.
Yeah.
Speak up.
Show out.
Hey, give Mr. 47 another round of applause, please. All right, family, what I'm going to do is bring up this next poet. Then, unfortunately, I'm going to have to depart for the evening. I want to thank y'all for letting me rock with y'all tonight. LMNT allowed me to be the host tonight. This is important because of what the arts and creativity is to all of us. It's our therapy.
Yes, sir.
When he speaks, silence listens. Cut it through noise with raw clarity and purpose. Give it up for the fearless and the phenomenal truth.
Uh-oh. Muscle City.
Everybody good?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I wrote my sit down. Don't forget it.
That's all right.
All right, let's get it started. My daddy was 6'1". Some say he was 6'3", because he was bow-legged, G. Mississippi nigga didn't raise no suckers. I got 13 brothers and sisters. That's a bad mother. I said it only because he took care of all of us with the greatest of ease. and rob, steal, sell drugs, do weed. Nowadays, you got ballers out there talking about they can't take care of one seed. Do me a favor, nigga. Kill yourself, please. After this, some of y'all ain't gonna even like me no more. After this, some of y'all gonna say, Truth, what you write that poem for? But black daddies are missing in the community, and that's a fact. The only daddies some of these kids know is Sugars, Pimps, and Max. Not just yellow niggas. We all need to make a comeback. Role model, big mentor I never needed or had. Man, I always had my dad. And that's a fact. Somebody tell me where those brothers at. You know the ones that worked and nurtured the family like a flower, tolerated no bullshit or nonsense, and kept that 38 revolver. Nowadays, especially in East St. Louis and St. Louis mode, daddies are like a myth or superhero. Where did our black daddies go? That's a piece. Let me see. Y'all try to follow this. Tell me what happens at the end. Y'all ready? Fast. Soon as the doctor spanked him on his ass, told his mama, congratulations, you have a brand new man. Man had to grow up quick. His daddy, that nigga wasn't shit. Slow and smooth talker. Told man mama on her, he would never be a walker. So she let him come up in her. This nigga turned out to be a sprinter. He tries to raise him best he can, but it's something you women will never understand. When a young boy get hurt on his dick, can't tell him he ain't a man. Without his father's advice, he managed to go to reform school, graduated from prison twice, kept a pistol, hands nice, hung out with pimp thugs and niggas with murder cases, always looking for love in the wrong places. Everybody knew man, keep him away from your daughter, because he would find them, fuck them, feed them, forget them, in that order. So one day he met this girl, he told her stop. She said, boy, you better leave me. These are nights they spent with each other. They started hanging with each other so much, they told him like our sister and brother, fucking undercover, never used a rubber. She was cute, always give up the booty every time her daddy went on duty. To one day she told man, I'm late. She said, late? Shit, you better wait. She said, man, you ain't gonna treat me like I'm a hoe. Man said, girl, I'm a bastard maker. You didn't know? Man left her, even though he knew he was wrong. But he had his genes in him and they were strong. When her daddy found out this nigga tripped, gun, badge, and extra clip, went to man's house knocking on the door. Shots ring out, about 4. Man, mama come from the back screaming. Look like man, the mama, and the cop that finally come face to face with that demon. What man, mama told man forever it would bother. Roll a cop over, said, my God, man, you just killed your father. I wrote this poem for my sisters and my brothers. Yes, I did. Ladies, let them know who your daddy is. Niggas start taking care of your kids. Y'all found out what it was? What happened in that poem?
The dad was the cop.
Anybody else?
He killed his dad.
Yeah.
He killed his dad, and he had got his own sister pregnant.
Oh, I ain't catch that one.
And his sister.
I ain't catch that one.
All right, let me see. There's another. There's an issue in the black community that needs to be addressed. We got too many of you brothers chasing after her dress. Now she has a bulge in her dress that needs to be addressed. And can't nobody find you niggas. Missing. Ain't nobody seen you. Now your junior in high school or senior and your junior ain't never seen you. How could you leave your son to swim through these fatherless waters to become a man, only knowing how to backstroke so he becomes a boy all over again? Never knowing what a real man or a father looks like, just a bunch of for real niggas in his life and his mama. Trust issues and drama. Trauma creates a grown-ass boy, man on the block. Glock, cop, shoots with his right till there's nothing left. Man, niggas don't throw hands no more. All they do is this, as they pull the trigger. Still believes in fairy tales, because now he thinks he's a for real ass nigga. I've searched my soul for hours, trying to find out why in the black community there's so many baby daddies and no black fathers. Look, I had my father, so I could never phantom or father. Not being a father to a son and daughter, I help father. Father, forgive me, but that's some bitch shit. Big old dick, you a coward. If you plant your seeds, nigga, what are your flowers? Running around how you can brag for hours, but can't spend 1 minute with your seed? Nigga, please. If it was left up to me the way I see it and I figure, I'd bring slavery back just to hang all them niggas. Your relationship with your sons and daughters, how could you avoid? Now it's order in the court. Child support. Look, girls, it ain't hard to tell, but some of these niggas like your nails. It's a sin, girl, you need to fill in. But wait a minute, black women, hold applause. Some of y'all are partly the cause. Thinking relationships are games. Sleeping with these brothers ain't even thinking about taking their last name. I think you're insane. The definition of insanity. doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different outcome. You put out and he come, and you already know the outcome. You know the fatherless son. Before you open up your legs, ladies, and give up your joy, make sure this is a grown-ass man and not a grown-ass boy. Or you gonna feel like a sucker, a tie-slashing, key-coin, window-busting motherfucker at night under the covers, but by morning you're some child's mother. Black men and women, this poem is not to diss, uplift, inspire you, or whatever. It's to look you eye to eye and tell you that you and me, we both need to do better. Let's be mothers and fathers. We got one more. My anticipation of a greater nation has reached its limitations. I no longer have expectations. Looks like I need an incarnation just to receive my reparations. This conversation right here gets people hyped. Like when they say LeBron's better than Mike. Like a blow, America beautiful? Nigga, please. Alligator bait and white folks picnics. Master, we sick, but ain't been diagnosed. All this pride and dignity we left in the bottom of those slave boots. Led astray, run amok, and then they have the audacity to wonder why us keep killing us. The writing's on the wall, and I ain't talking about graffiti. If it's justice for us all, then why don't nobody want to be me? To understand what I'm talking about, man, you got to be me. 400 years we were denied knowledge of sin. Knowledge is wisdom, so I had my tooth put back in. I'm on a plight. We get a couple of young brothers and sisters together and unite. Mission impossible, but you can't stop it. I got 13 chapters of the Bible missing in my pocket. Lethal. I'm distributing it to my people. God said, fear no man but he. So why they fearing me? You gotta hang me till I'm dead. They'd rather I pledge allegiance instead, a hand over my heart than a fist over my head. No pause. I won't stop. I'm Malcolm mixed with a little Tupac. On 10. I'm writing with this field niggas pen. With a bunch of young Conrads ready to stunt. The only much these niggas talking about is the month. Forgive and forget, I can't get used to. How many black queens gotta die just to rebuke you? In the name of just us, they call it just us and killing just us. Is it just me? Can't y'all tell? Man, we'll never have a revolution. First we must rebel. History is sad. Who is this white man I've been worshiping on my grandmother's wall? I was blind, but now I see. I'm him. I had to introduce myself to me. They've been screaming, go back to Africa for so long, but yesterday GPS on my phone told me, nigga, you already home. I'm a black man first, but I'm last on the list. So I'm finna climb the ropes he hung my ancestors with. Truth. Yeah. Hey, I'm a part of St. Louis Slam team. It's called Hustle City, y'all. We're going to Knoxville, Tennessee to represent St. Louis. So, hey, we ready, and we gonna bring home something for y'all. Let's go. We're going down there and we're bringing it home. With that being said, I'm gonna bring another Hustle City alumni. This dude right here, he has nothing to play with. He's one of the best poets in St. Louis. If you don't know, you're gonna find out. Everybody start clapping. Give it up for Jeff.
Let's go.
Oh, by the way, we was late, y'all. Apologize. Aaron said we were supposed to be here tomorrow. Then he come calling me, hey man, get up, get ready, come on, let's go.
He's not telling the truth. I had twins in the middle of COVID. Yeah, it was rough. I remember this time she was pregnant. We was living in Dallas. And it was like March 2020. And you know, everything just was finna hit hard. And she was trying to have a baby shower in St. Louis. I said, girl, get your sit down. We was not going to St. Louis. She still would have had the baby shower, of course. Okay. My bones are aching from the weight that I carry on a day-to-day basis. Mama struggles to recognize faces. Names feel more or less like a standardized test. Do I feel she's trying her best? Yes.
some days. Others, I believe she's become accustomed to a costumed version of herself. Her memory is hollow. We ain't see it fading away. My notebook sheets resembles a ghost of our past. The home that I grew up in is now a haunted house with a foreclosure sign popping out, scaring the hell out of her calls. Horrific. Like a 5-year-old holding on to everything that's apparent, hoping the hands of time don't slip away. 10 calls. 10 calls just to reiterate. Did I call you already? And this is all at the top of the morning. Before I can even finish snoring, I watch your call come on and off my phone. Understand that there's a difference between ignoring and ensuring my sanctity. See, my bones have been aching. And shit, to be honest, there's a curse that follows my family through each generation. 12 years of incarceration. I thought that I changed it. But whenever I get a call that my 5-year-old son has been that my 5-year-old son has been misbehaving, I begin shaking. Know that there's need for a conversation. Like, you need to park it, son. In the back of my mind, debating whether it's time for patience or is he about to become one. I know that a hard head makes for a soft ass. Mama loves him as soft as she can, so I guess it's left to me to deliver a firm hand of discipline. Y'all, I go to the gym daily, but still struggle to find the strength to press my cousin's number and call her to pull up on her and make sure that she's alright after I've lifted her baby brother's casket. I keep asking myself why dipping is my favorite exercise. And in my exercise, I know I'm the reason why we didn't work out. I know that we all have to die someday. Some way, somehow, I keep waking up, living life like I have an eternity to build a relationship with my father first. I have to forgive him for things that I didn't even know I was angry about. I talk to myself sometimes, and that shit comes out as doubting. And I remind myself, like, nigga, you better watch your mouth. And I wonder if he's like that. I wonder if he's as stubborn as I am. And if so, it'll learn me a little something about my son. See, I want to be more than just a better father than he was. Never going to prison, forcing my son to see life through a prism with a bunch of shiny colors from a gift that he unwraps on Christmas. I want to always be present.
Oh my God.
Like, you're going to remember this here lesson that I've taught you forever. No matter the weight that we carry on our shoulders, I'll challenge the world's strongest man and carry boulders across the finish line till my heart flatlines my family. See, I've been a baby daddy for approximately 590 days. And not once have my mind went astray from my seeds. See, I can never let the soil that I planted in spoil me raising my son. No pun. Taking my daughter to the pond just for her to say daddy 100 times and me to respond 101. And I cannot have a dime in my pocket, but being broke ain't never been in my genes. And I mean mentally, since the age of 18, I told myself as a man I had to accept everything that was meant for me. Doing so much stressing, they are my blessings. These are my confessions. Depression almost killed me, but they literally willed me. I mean, they're the vehicle that gave me the drive to live, see. You don't know black girl magic until your baby girl smile have you levitated, elevated, heavily sedated, because about a 100 daddy, it definitely takes some patience. And I got a double dose. My son loves to test the ropes, wants to be just like his daddy, but saying fuck me at the same time, and he's only 5. Like I've said, I've been practicing patience. And I've come to the understanding may be above my pay grade. And you may see average, but to my babies, I'm A+. I refuse to be another statistic, a sperm donor, another baby daddy that's non-existent. If I'm being honest, it hurts that I ever have to ask for permission to give my baby girl some attention. So I made it my mission that she never have to say that daddy went missing and create scars and ripped tissues caused by mommy and daddy issues, causing her to be misused from so many. I misuse. Like, I miss you, daddy. And whenever my son needs a release from being labeled a son of a gun by the police, I'll be his peace, giving him a place to fire his peace, and every piece of me that he needs to be who he desires to be. See, I've been a baby daddy for approximately 590 days, and counting. And fucking counting. But who's counting? Because I'm going to be a father for the rest of my life. Me and my kids, mom, we had always talked about like never calling each other like baby daddy or baby mama and stuff. Like even if we broke up, like we was gonna be father or your mama, you know what I'm saying, mother. Cause I feel like it's just a negative conversation with that. So that's why I entered that poem like that. Like I'll never be considered a baby daddy. I'll never be somebody who's a part-time father. I'm always gonna be full-time with my kids. As I was saying, one of the poems, my son, whenever I get a call, he files me. Whenever I get a call, he getting in trouble. I be triggered a little bit because I'm like, I ain't go to prison, so I'm thinking, I broke the curse. Like I ain't got to worry about my son and the next generation after him going to the prison. My brother serving 12 years in prison. My father served 12 years in prison. So it kept going down. So I'm like, I want to break this curse. And so whenever I get this call that he's been doing anything or get in trouble at school or get in trouble at home with his mama or anything, it just makes me a little nervous sometimes. Like, dang, what do I need to do more of? And my son is very intelligent. He's able to communicate and say, hey, I need you to come get me so we can whatever. When he want to spend time with me, he want to call and let me know, yo. He might not say it because he don't really be talking. He just be looking. He's just like, I want to call my daddy, and then when you just get on the FaceTime, he be looking like, alright, right. I'm on my way. But it's hard having twins, y'all, and giving him that one-on-one time because I got a daughter and she like a daddy's girl. So it's like, well, heck no, you're not taking him and not getting me. So he don't get that one-on-one time. And she's a talker. She's intelligent. She gonna say everything that's on her mind, ask a bunch of questions, and it's like, dang, how can I give him that one-on-one time is the question. So y'all, fathers out there, y'all can come talk to me and let me know if y'all got the answer for me. Do one more poem for y'all. That's cool. Say cool.
Cool.
What I got? I'm gonna read this one.
Hustle City.
I ain't never read this poem out loud.
She is 8.5 months pregnant. And Apple Intelligence won't let me silence that if I want.
That's great, right?
Because I'd probably be at home and give her an ice cream sandwich or something.
Boy, that's all your business.
That's fatherhood.
That is dope right there. That's crazy. I feel you. 8 months pregnant. That's cool. Congratulations, man.
Yeah. I got 3 boys. This is my first girl. So.
Ooh.
Oh, man.
And she the youngest?
She gonna spoil.
How about this? My wife this is her first child after 19 years.
Damn.
What y'all doing over there? Man.
No, we actually did it right. We waited until we got married later in life and became one and balanced and reproduced together.
Calvin had a kid. Calvin had a kid at 60 years old.
I just realized I just told her I said I'm gonna be about 60 something when this kid graduates.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be in a hover ride.
He gonna be 80 right now. My love for you two is deeper than the galaxy. My heart orbits around you, sun. You brighten my day. The biggest star in my universe. Whenever I see you smile, whenever I see a smile on your face, wishing every moment with you would last forever. Capturing every dance and move, giggle, slanted eyes of anger which resembles me. Every clumsy slip and stumble, letting you know that it's okay to fall. It's okay to make mistakes that don't have to be perfect by any means. That you are the burst of fire, the flame that lights my desire, sun. My heart orbits around you. Moon, you bring light to my darkest times. Harley, when I very first held you in my arms. It was better than when man landed on moon amongst all the stars in outer space. You took your place exactly where you belong, shining brighter than them all, staying closer to me than them all. Your hugs refueled my jet to make it back to myself. When I feel I have no energy left, hardly you were there for me before you took your first breath. I remember your first steps. How could I ever forget? Moon, you bring light in my darkest times. You shine like no other shine. You are my moon. I love you too, deeper than the galaxy. That's that piece, y'all. Appreciate y'all. Y'all can follow me on Instagram. I think y'all follow me. For whoever don't, you can follow me on Instagram. _spoke now. _spoke now. I do more poems and working out on there. So that's it for me. Thank y'all.
It is time for the raffle. I thought I was gonna come up and spit, huh?
I did.
I got excited like, let's go!
Right? Give it to me.
Nah, not today.
Drop the beat in.
But I will get out in sexy voice though.
Let's go.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. I want to thank everyone that participated in the raffle, and for everyone who's still here, we appreciate you guys. You guys are amazing. Your spoken words were amazing. Your poetry are amazing. I'm so in love of everyone, all my brothers. I salute you guys.
Yeah.
So tell them the options.
Okay, these are the options. You have a choice between this amazing gift, which is 4 glasses and
Let's call it the character.
it's called a
I gotta have it.
decanter. Or you get the Aaliyah portrait that was done by the artist, better known as
That's my good one.
and then you also have this bag right here. It comes with it. It comes with it. So, drum roll, please.
Oh my God, I gotta have it.
Everybody remember, 482.
7 took it.
I spoke it up. 481. 481, Aaron.
It's 482.
Sorry, it's 433.
440.
Oh.
Oh my God! 440 is the winner. Oh my God!
Yeah.
Cool. So,
Redo.
after we take the picture, I'm gonna
Man, I
hand it
wanted
to the
that.
Okay, thank everybody. We're gonna take a group picture so everybody get close.
Yeah.
We need to be having an A, B, C winner, runner up, and all that stuff.
You got gifts to give out.
Yeah, I'm gonna split all of that up.
Oh, he won that. Well, I mean, it's 3 out of 7.
Alright, we all can get together and take
Get together. Group picture.
We still facing forward or we facing?
Yeah, what's up?
This way. All right.
Let me get out of here.
Right side.
Let me get out of here. I'll see everybody.
Right on the group with
Drew was been like swiper, no swiper.
Oh, I think we said that for left.
Oh, Renee.
Yeah.
They invite you in if you walk in.
Y'all like Tennessee? I think the Indians.
I love Sinners. Sinners was good.
That was a good movie.
That was good. Yeah, that was a good movie.
I think the Indians could have had better writing. That's my opinion.
They had an okay beginning, a predictable middle, and a horrible ending.
Yes, that's what I think.
That was from Dust to Dawn. Have you ever seen?
I just
Yeah.
That was the black version of Dust to Dawn.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, that was the entire script.
You ain't rocking with the
You know
culture
what?
though.
Though,
The culture of the movie though. That's the
Vampire movies are horrible.
That's the time they got the culture though. Vampire moves went into the second.
I think we ended it.
Last
now Interview with a Vampire was good.
There's no
The writing
storyline.
You ever seen
The
Interview
writing
with
could
a
have been better
Vampire?
because it's old.
You
That
ready?
was good.
Y'all ready? Okay, let me set the timer. Shit, everything backwards. Alright.
I missed the memo.
Like that hat.
I need some of them hats. Y'all agree?
Alright,
I need
we
to
ready. Let's get one more and then we out.
It was too silly.
Alright, cool. Thank you everyone.
I have to look up to you be like, all right.
Yeah, I put in my popcorn.
All right, y'all.
Press. Now I gotta go make a cake.